I was trying to get some more light in here. Anyway, hey, I've missed making videos. Um, I just been super busy, like just enjoying this no chemo life and getting ready for the next phase of treatment. My sty is still on my eye. It's better, but it's still there. I keep feeling like I'm looking cross-eyed. Anyway, today is October the 28th. It's the 28th day of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and the month is almost over with. So I left off talking about what was that? My first visit to the cancer center, and them telling me that I may have to have chemo, that the cancer did reach my lymph nodes, and they started to schedule all these scans and a biopsy under my arm. So that came back. It was positive. The lymph node was. And the oncologist was recommending, there was a little miscommunication right here. She told me I was going to have 16 weeks of chemo, right? And so I thought I was going to have 16 treatments initially. After the first treatment, I ended up asking the nurse about it, and she told me that it was really 8. It was only 8 weeks. So that was a big relief as far as that went. I needed to be scheduled for my port. Yes, the port that I snapped on the other nurse about, because I didn't think I was gonna have to have chemo, but yes, chemo was necessary because it reached my lymph node. So yeah, I had to have a port. I tried to talk them out of it, but the oncologist was like, it's better for you to have the port, because we're gonna have to stick you a lot, and it's just not good on your arm to have to stick you that much. So reluctantly I agreed to that, and by this time I had told my brothers, I told my son, kind of mentioned it to my 5-year-old, but she was concerned, but not a lot. My son, he was a little upset about it. And I kind of approached it like, because my father passed away from cancer, so I kind of approached him like, I was like, but money, that there are people who've survived cancer. I just kind of started the conversation off like that, and he was like, why? And so I was like, well, I was diagnosed with breast cancer, and he just kind of broke down crying. So I just hugged him and told him that it was going to be okay. And he's been real supportive ever since then. So we're good on that. Okay, so went to get the port. I just remember anxiety taking over me that day. And it was like a lot of my appointments, I especially the earlier appointments, I was very emotional, and I've never like had a procedure where I had to be put to sleep or, given any kind of anesthesia. I have 3 children, and all of my children's birth were natural, okay? I wouldn't have it any other way. The thought of having an epidural scares me. So, that's just where I am with stuff like that. So, day of the port. So the nurse was trying to be funny and cracking jokes and stuff like that. And baby, I didn't see nothing funny. Yeah, and it was kind of like I wasn't even paying her no attention. And she's showing me the port, like, and she had like a little port that she can hold in her hand, and show it to me. And yeah, it was scaring me. So anyway, I cried. I cried in there with her. And they took me to the back. And, it was kind of like waiting for the procedure. And another doctor, I think he was the anesthesiologist, he was just trying to comfort me because I'm sure I was looking nervous. And so I just know they told me I was going to the back and they were going to give me some medicine to kind of calm me down or something like that. And I just remember laying down and I had my head turned to the left. And I can kind of hear things that were going on. And then, I just felt like I was laying there for a long time. And I'm thinking to myself, y'all ain't got to me yet. And I just kind of, felt like a pain in my neck. It just seemed like my neck was hurting because I had been holding my head to the side for the longest and they hadn't worked on me yet. And the nurse was like, you're waking up. We're all done. And I was like, you finished? You did it? So the little pain I was feeling was the procedure being done and me kind of, coming out of it. And I'm thinking to myself, they ain't did nothing yet, but they were done. And so that was that. And I had to get used to that, the port being there, and there's my little port right there. So it's here and then it comes down, and then I think something else goes there to my heart, so when they give me all my little injections and stuff, it just does whatever it does. Okay, so that was the port. And then I think the next day I had my first chemo treatment. And that was another emotional day. I cried because they didn't tell me what to expect from the chemo until the actual day of chemo. And so I was scared, and they were talking about, side effects. And once we got to the infusion room, they were telling my husband, watch her. If she starts acting funny, call the nurse. And I'm like, what? And the LPN came in and she was just like, are you okay? I was like, no. I was so scared. Fast forward. Got the treatment. And I ain't feel no kind of way. After we were getting ready to head home, and I was trying to figure out what I wanted to eat. Chipotle was closed. I was going to do Chipotle. And something else I wanted was closed. So I ended up getting like hummus and crackers from Publix. Ate it. Felt fine. Nothing to it. And so I got my first chemo out the way. And it wasn't whatever I thought it was going to be, which I didn't really have anything in my head. I just knew it was chemo and I didn't want it. But it wasn't bad. And maybe like for the first day was nothing. But maybe like the third day, once all the drugs and stuff wore off, I started to feel some nausea, some slight nausea. Never threw up. Never had any terrible symptom. Okay, so that was chemo. That's it for today. I'll try to get back with you guys tomorrow, and hopefully I can do a few more videos until the end of the month. But you'll be hearing from me because I'm having surgery November the 3rd. So I'll be checking in just to give you an update on my progress. And y'all have a good night.